I did want to say this. This is so funny because when the "This is awesome" chant started, probably somewhere in the 90s, you actually had to earn it. I was watching the girls' match, and it was like real early in the match, and they were already chanting "This is awesome," and they hadn't done anything to elicit that response. Yeah. The other day I was at an indie show, and they did the most basic spot, and everybody was going, "This is awesome," and I was like, "What?" It's incredible. That thing right there has been diluted so much. I thought Flair and Carmella. I think Carmella needs a little bit more seasoning compared to the others. Especially they did this one move where I don't know if it was Tamina and Charlotte did like a spear through the ropes that looked weak, and then in the next match you see Big E and the Usos do it, and it's so much more physical. It was hard to get into that match because I'm used to the guy's physicality, and it never reached that type of physicality. And then they did this one spot, when the two girls on either side of the ladder, and then Tamina pushes the ladder, and they're both supposed to hit the ropes. They both missed the ropes and sold it. I thought that was brutal.
Yeah.
Let me see what else.
What did you think of the finish?
Okay, this is what I thought about the finish. Okay, I thought I had no problem with the finish because it was a very good heat spot, but they could have built to a more exciting finish and still gotten heat with Ellsworth, and they should have bumped him around. That's an easy pop. The last few pay-per-views, I've been complaining about weak finishes. Who does the finishes there? It's weak shit. Every finish should have a reaction, not what the fuck was this or not again. Right. I hate distraction finishes. I hate countouts. It got good heat. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought they could have built to it better and done something better than that.
Well, what do you think about the criticism that the WWE in their first ever Women's Money in the Bank match, that a man had to help her win the match?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's heat. There's nothing wrong with that. There's, they got what they wanted. The people are mad. Now they want somebody to take it away from her, and he looks like her little, cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? I had no problem with it.
What did you think, KG?
It was entertaining at the time it was happening because let me ask you this before I answer. Why do you think the crowd reacted so strongly to him actually climbing the ladder?
Bro, I just think here's the thing.
They thought it was funny, I think. They were like, really? This is how you're going to win the match? It was kind of funny.
I think it was that, the funny, and also the idea that he was going to go up there and then take some bump. You know what I mean? Almost like, go up the ladder, dude, But even when he pulled the briefcase, they kind of popped. But then the crowd did seem to get a little deflated.
Bro, the first thing I would have done when I book, I always do this because I always get a pop out of it. Whenever I use a manager or somebody like that, especially a heel, I always make sure in the match he takes a big bump or two for the babyface, and they never did that. They should have at least had him. They could have gotten a couple pops out of that. But I just thought it was a kind of like a weak finish. But go ahead.
The but in other words, I'm not mad about it at all. You know what I mean? I get it, the idea of putting the heat on them and stuff. So
you weren't mad it was a guy instead of a woman getting that? Like, I guess Disco's saying some people were mad about that.
Yeah, a lot of people are mad about that. I'm not mad.
It was crazy, bro. It's like people lose their minds over it. I'm going, come on, you got to be kidding me. This is a work.
I like that.
This is the part. This isn't like
I like
real.
that you put your Wonder Woman outfit away today. That's good.
I'm going to see the movie tonight, so it's actually at the cleaners.
Nice. Don't forget your LGBTQ.
Bro, but here's the thing about these and this is why I always have an issue with us referring to them as pay-per-views. Okay, they never ever come across as the shows you would have paid $49.99 for back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They're literally coming across as something that's like part of a $10 a month subscription, and this is one of the things you're getting with the subscription, along with the 4 NXT shows and the 205 Live and the archive content. It just does not, and it seems like that's kind of almost the way they book it. They're sort of like glorified Raws a little bit, like Raw Plus is what you call it, because like basically, bro, these are the nights. Like when these I can't stand calling them pay-per-views, but when these pay-per-views, they're kind of like the.
It's Hughesy. Hello.
But when these pay-per-views, they're kind of like the match, the part of the month where the belts are on the line. It's just like, okay, here's the show where we're having the title matches. You know what I'm saying? That's really all they are.
But Money in the Bank is still like a highly anticipated show, so I think it does dilute the overall
Can we all agree,
thing
bro,
by diluting it with the finishes. Sorry.
Can we all agree, which I think we have, not only was it a brutal name for a pay-per-view, the little packages that they were doing, like it was the 1950s, was super brutal too.
Oh, for the Great Balls of Fire?
Yeah.
Oh. I love that they had to go the full way and now pay crazy money to license that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was brutal. What?
Hey, on that women's match, real quick, when you talked about the Charlotte giving Tamina the spear out of the ring.
Can I also say another thing? I think Charlotte has a weird body shape, but go ahead. Boom.
So Charlotte spears Tamina out of the ring, then she spears her into the stairs. Right, I think that's
yeah. It was that one that looked real weak. The one into the stairs didn't look as bad, but when she speared out of the ring, just didn't look that physical. It's almost like when you watch, like, and Glenn has alluded to this before. When you watch women's basketball, men's basketball, the athleticism is at another level. So when Big E, went through the ropes with Usos with the same move, it just looked so much better. They even did the same spot the girls did off the ladder. I think it was AJ and somebody else, and they did hit the ropes and sold it.
Well, I was just going to say how after she hit the spear through the ropes, she then speared the same girl, or the same girl got speared into the stairs, and as soon as Tamina got speared into the stairs, she immediately got up to catch someone diving, which just, to me, once you take that bump into the stairs...
Right, you should be there selling
out,
it. Right.
You know?
Right, you shouldn't be getting up to catch somebody.